All right, everybody, welcome back to another edition of Kayfabe and Chill 2026 edition. And I am so happy to say that we officially have the full squad here to start the year. Quite late.
We're missing Ephraim.
I don't know. Maybe he'll pop in every now and then. I sent the Zoom link in the group chat, so he should be coming in any second
He's
now.
busy at Olive Garden, but continue.
I'm Chesco, and of course, my lovely co-hosts here. I want to start off with the most audacious, bodacious, adorable, the sweetest lips in the game. I want to talk about my man Ray Carter, the San Antonio Romeo. What's up, bro?
What's up? What's up? Feels good to be back, guys. We got a new year, a new us, and dude, we changing up this year. We changing up.
And of course, speaking of new year, new us, randomly rocking a pair of sunglasses is the reproductive organ of our podcast. He is the buffest of us four, and he's also the reason why this podcast is rated M for mature. What's up, Matt?
What's up? Oh, McIntyre is saying what's up too, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, usually, I mean, I usually say my biggest intros for Ephraim, but I guess he's not here, so I guess we can just go straight into the.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, hold on. Sorry, my bad. Totally slipped my mind here. We actually wanted to have a special guest. So this is actually the very first special guest of the Kayfabe and Show podcast. Sorry, it's totally my apologies. Lo siento, porque our very first guest here on the Kayfabe and Show podcast. I don't think you gave me your name ever. Actually, I don't even know really how you got here.
That's
Because
what I'm
I
wondering.
just sent the Zoom link in our group chat.
Nombre.
No, your nombre, yes, your nombre.
Nombre. Los Puma.
Los Puma. I think that's grammatically incorrect, but Los Puma it is.
Chesito?
Chesito, sí.
Sí.
And then this is I call him Ray. He's he's
sí.
actually very popular. He's a relative of a very big figure in wrestling. That's Ray. And then there's Matt right there.
Sí. Manito and Renito.
Yes,
Sí.
sí.
My name transition is Mateo.
Oh,
No, English.
What part of Mexico are you from?
Sí. No English?
that's crazy.
Look,
Speak Español?
We'll move on.
¿de dónde eres? De México.
Yeah. Sí.
¿Sí? ¿México?
Sí, México. Sí.
¿Tú conoces El Grande Americano?
Amigo.
Oh, you guys are home? Okay, all right. Lord,
Sí.
clock that. Whoever's keeping track of the Kayfabe and Show canon, just know that las or los. Sorry, I don't mean to disrespect. Los Pumas.
Pumas.
Okay, Los Pumas is in fact a friend of El Grande.
Nombre.
So happy to have WWE royalty, or at least a relative or a friend of WWE royalty here. But yeah, with that being said, I guess let's get straight into. I guess Ephraim misses this episode. I apologize, but here we are. Anyways, I wanted to start off because obviously it's been quite a long time since we last all met up and really got to chat. But it seems like this past month has been a very eventful month for one of us. So I'm going to ask that person to reveal themselves and say whatever it is that's on their mind.
Sí.
To what might be to another person's pain. Anyways.
You see, I could say I prayed for this and it happened, but I take it more as a birthday gift since it happened on my birth week.
Okay. Oh, happy birth week.
Oh, no, this was 2 weeks ago.
Happy birth month. Capricorn King, you know?
I'm a Capri Sun.
Oh, yeah.
But it finally happened. Drew McIntyre is now a 4-time champion. That's 2 more times than Cody's bum ass.
I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let that slide. Just you're feeling it. You're on a high, but go ahead.
So what we're gonna do is we're not going to lose to fucking bum ass Sami Zayn because we all know he's going to go back. He's going to win Saturday Night's main event and then take against Drew McIntyre in the Royal Rumble. We're not having that shit. Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble, and we're going to run that shit back of what should have happened at Clash at the Castle if it wasn't for Solo's bum ass. And we're going to show who's going to come out on top then.
Okay.
And not only that just happened. What happened this past week?
I got laid.
Oh, you really?
Yeah, but I think you're referring to something else.
Yeah, because your team just got fucked by the Seahawks, bruh.
Dang. Hey, that was a clean transition, though. I got to give him that. That was a good one.
The Seahawks are the best team in the NFL right now. We're slated to win the Super Bowl, and it's not just me saying that. ESPN is saying that.
The standings
the
are saying
NFL
that.
is saying it.
Mm-hmm.
And Ray, do you think the Rams are gonna fucking beat the Seahawks?
Yeah.
Ray, I find your lack of faith disturbing because you don't believe the power in the dark side, Ray.
Look.
Rojo?
What?
Rojo?
Are you barking?
He said rojo, like red.
Oh.
See?
Oh, that's what he's
Los Pumas? See?
Sí.
Sí.
Football.
Ray, you really got to listen in on our guest, man. I apologize, Los Pumas. Usually we're on point, but you know, we're still. It's the beginning of the year. We still don't quite have our legs.
Exactly happened to Tesco. This is exactly what we did to the fucking 49ers right here.
Are we about to get a POV back?
Hey,
all right. Okay. All right. I gotta make sure.
No brainer.
Gotta make sure.
No.
Hey, this is the rated PG episode. I'm sorry. This is a PG product, unfortunately. This is you just hear from Matt's side. Like that. Oh yeah. You know all about what I'm talking about, right, Las Pumas?
Fapito.
Yeah. Fapito. Yeah, hey, Las Pumas, you're funny as hell, dog. You know what? You and
what happened to my footage?
you and Mr. CC, you and Ephraim would get along really well. I have a feeling.
We did from belt to ass.
Okay, all right. You know what, Matt? When you stand up and undo your belt. When you stand up and undo your belt, there's a connotation. There's somewhere where that goes, and
okay, Tesco, but what with me being here? What's the rating of this podcast now?
He said, mic drop, bro. That's what he's saying.
Know, I guess so. I mean, I don't really have a Las Pumas. What are your thoughts on that? The ratings of this podcast.
See,
okay, yeah. See, I mean, he agrees, so I can't. It's not just you saying that; it's also Las Pumas saying that. So
Mexico. All of Mexico.
Go back to what I was saying. When you give us a sorry ass team like the 49ers, this is the result you're gonna get.
A broken, injured ass team, by the way. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But you play the team in front of you. I get it. You play the team in front of you, but also a team that is.
This is even just the previous members in the current. You're fucking Kettle, Brock Purdy, Crabtree. Y'all's tragic moment with Dre.
Oh, I'm praying for Drew McIntyre's downfall so badly. I'm about to.
I don't hate the 49ers. I don't even dislike them. I like them a hell of a lot more than the people in the NFL teams.
Dude,
Two of them are not even in there anymore. The Chiefs and the Eagles. I like the 49ers a lot more. But the truth is, the 49ers are just a more significant. Well, can't even talk.
Oh, suffering succotash.
The truth is, the 49ers are just a more fancier version than the Cowboys. Except where the Cowboys fumble in the first and second, y'all do it in the third and fourth.
Excuse you. We made the Super Bowl a couple times, so the Cowboys could never. That's one thing. Hey,
y'all still got a longer drought than us, though. You still got a Super Bowl drought longer than us.
I mean, look, man, we got
close.
May have gone there. We got close a couple times.
You may have gotten there, but you guys are 0-4.
Or the Cowboys.
It's a shame that you can hear this too. That A certain team also followed that formula where they fumbled in third and fourth. Green Bay.
Oh,
Did he just
La,
turn to Fantastic Four?
Las Pumas. Are you el fútbol
Cuatro?
americano? Are you a
Yep.
fan?
El Paquiro? Packers?
Paqueritos, the
Oh, he
Paqueritos.
likes the Packers?
Oh,
Quattro wings? Four wings. Seattle won.
yeah. I mean, true. Las Pumas. That is
Zero
true.
Mero. Yeah.
Oh, are you a fan? Are you
Perfecto.
amigos
He's a
with
Penta
Penta as
fan.
well?
Yeah.
Hell
Migo.
yeah. Oh, I love Penta. I love Penta. Anyways, Matt,
That pretty much
this was your
wraps it all
victory.
up.
This is your victory
I mean,
monologue. Are you sure you wanna is there anything else you want to get off?
other than the Spurs doing pretty good too for number 2 in the seed, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go far. Unlike a certain Golden State.
Yeah, he's calling
Subtle, incredibly
he's
subtle,
calling
Matt.
it. Yeah.
Incredibly subtle work there. Look, man, you're just gonna beat a dog while it's down? Okay. All right,
You
man.
see, you think your golden boy is Jimmy Butler instead of your little golden Steph Curry? Jimmy Butler will get you to the door, but he won't get you the keys to the kingdom.
Well, that's why Steph is our Batman. Anyways, look, this neither here or
Bro,
there.
bro was gunning
Congratulations
for
to
you today. He was gunning for you.
I know, and you know what? Don't let me get into a basketball debate because I will derail this whole podcast. Anyways, look, congratulations to Matt. You've been having a great month. I will definitely not be rooting for Sami Zayn at the Royal Rumble.
Stefito Curry? Perfecto.
That's okay.
I like you, Las Pumas.
I'm up right now, but if we give it like 2 weeks, I could be. My obituary could be up in 2 weeks.
Depending on how the rest of this title reign goes. Hey, man.
Depending how not even this title reign, depending how the NFL goes too. They got 2 weeks.
You'll see Sunday.
So
Come Sunday.
So with that being said, now that we've officially pissed off every single person, I think except Las Pumas. Las Pumas, you're having a good time, right? Bienvenidos.
Sí.
Sí. Yeah,
Football americano, sí.
Quick question. Have you watched Stranger Things?
Sí.
See?
Sí.
Oh,
No.
you're saying no, but see, I think no?
Two, yes.
Oh. Okay, cool that you learned English there. Because actually, we would love to talk about it real quick and get you guys' thoughts. Because obviously, it is serious.
No.
Oh, you haven't watched it? Here, actually, you can. Yeah, feel free to dip out. We'll just be like maybe 10, 15 minutes. We'll be right back.
Sí.
All right, sick.
Yeah.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Hey, Las Pumas, love you.
Sí.
Te amo.
Zero middle.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Even though that's not his bit, I think it's a different wrestler. But you know.
Wait. Let me hop back into this chat real
Dude.
quick.
Okay.
Finally.
So now that you're here, I'm gonna run it back. All right. So basically, what I was saying
My
Drew
God.
McIntyre is finally champion.
Isn't CM Punk champion too on Raw?
Oh, nobody cares about that bum ass heavyweight B tier title.
And wasn't your champion crying the whole time about never getting what he wants, and he finally gets it?
It's funny that your champion did the same thing too within the span of 10 years.
But isn't his reign way better than Drew's title reign already?
I'd love to
Did he
introduce
just pull a
to
Hulk
you
Hogan?
for the first time in 2026, Ephraim, Mr. Cougar Connoisseur, Mr. CC, as I like to call my fellow tag team champion. Welcome back to the pod, my man.
So, hi guys, how's it going? How's 2026 going for all of y'all?
Yeah,
It's going.
Perfect. It's good. Sorry, Chesco, for the Warriors. I'm so sorry about Jimmy Butler.
I
wish you
appreciate it,
things
man.
and see him. Matt,
It's funny that our guest was also wearing the exact same shirt you're wearing.
He was
really?
not wearing.
I'm wearing a Hellfire t-shirt.
I think.
Wait, guest.
Los
What are you talking about,
Pumas.
guest?
So we actually had started the pod a little bit.
You went. Wait. Y'all met Las Pumas?
Yeah.
He's really
Pretty chill
cool,
guy.
right? Really chill guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told him he can hop on for the podcast. He knows a lot
Do
of
you
great
guys
wrestlers.
do you guys live together?
No, 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 no.
Are you guys
Cameron coming over?
lovers? Because that's okay. Like it's
I mean,
2026. It's
if you've
totally
seen him
cool.
under the mask, oh, dude, he's so good looking.
Sexy. I actually really wouldn't mind licking that mask off him. But anyways,
But
you were
I
saying.
was at Olive Garden and I was eating some pasta. But it's
Mhm.
great to be back. I'm happy to see all y'all. I
Yeah,
love how everyone's been going for the last couple months. It's been fun. Has anybody kept it on the real? And have y'all seen the Stranger Things finale?
I'm tapped
yeah,
into everything, so I know everything.
Oh,
So
that's right. Chesco doesn't watch it, right?
yeah.
no, I know exactly what's going on. I know
Do you?
everything.
Do you know what's going
Yeah, I
on?
love the bit where she's like, "Yo, and that's the strangest thing," and then she like pops Vecna out of with a shotgun.
You're pretty
Fucking
much
great
caught
finale.
up.
I don't know what everyone's so mad about. I love the finale.
I know.
But with that being said, I would love for you guys to talk about Stranger Things and the series finale and all this controversy and stuff and just your guys' perspective on it. So, just to start us off real quick, litmus test on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you enjoy the Stranger Things season series finale? I give it out of a 10, I'll give it like a 8, eight and a
Well,
half.
did you actually watch it?
Yeah, no, I'm tapped into everything, dude. So I mean, yeah, eight and a half for me. I think it was very solid.
8.5.
Okay.
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 Uh, I think I might join you. 8.5. I think. Well, I don't know if are we all talking about why we're giving it,
You
or we're
can. No,
just
you
yeah.
can.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I thought it was a great finale for the show. Now, I'll be honest, the season was a little bit wonky. Can't say it's the perfect season, but I think it's better to have it the way it ends. Just because I think if you killed off a character or you did something else, you have to make it make sense, not just for the sake of it's the finale. A dramatic change has to happen. I get it, with 11, is she dead? Is she alive? That whole thing, which
I
maybe will be
believe.
answered, I believe.
She's dead until the check clears.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it's just one of those things where it also comes down to bad writing, but for a finale for a show that started off with, four or five kids playing D&D, you know, it got the job done basically. The soundtrack was amazing. I love the use of Prince, especially for Purple Rain, and
Oh,
then yeah, once that guitar hits, bro, you're like, dang. But other than that, kind of seeing even the realism. I think it's when Joyce or not Joyce, Nancy, Steve, and they're all on the roof, and they're like, "Hey, let's go meet up somewhere." In reality, we all know, like as we start growing up and all that, that's not gonna happen, right? So I think that was like a nice little like realism, which we're like, dang, like now they've officially grown up, and you kind of crazy because you see them when they were younger and now growing up. So I thought they did good. I thought they did a good job.
hell yeah. How about you,
I
Matito?
think it.
As our special guest, Las Pumas called you. Missed that guy already, man. But yeah, what'd you think? Rating out of
Thanks,
10.
Chesco. Thanks, Chesco.
I mean, no, I love obviously, you're always here and you're always loved, but Las Pumas, man, he just had that aura about him. Like, ugh.
My
Sorry,
thing is,
Matt. I'm
it was a lot more trouble trying to fight Billy in season 3 than it was to fight Vecna.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Even the stars are going to feel the exact same way we're all feeling. Just wait until those NDAs clear. It'll be done.
The tell
true.
all is gonna be
I kind
hilarious.
of I waited until the finale of Stranger Things to really get into the show, and I binge watched it like in the span of like 2 months. And I'm just like, I think I would have been better off not seeing it, but I still enjoyed bits and pieces of it along the way.
Hmm.
Should just
It,
ended in season 4.
that's what I was about to say. I think not that they didn't do justice to the characters in season 5, but there's a lot of plot holes and a lot of things that needs to be explained, and they just never covered it. So it was just one of those like it's just basically for money, but also just trying to wrap a story that anybody could predicted watching it from season 1.
Okay. Okay. Mr. CC, I would love to get I saved you for last because you have been you obviously have the Hellfire shirt and you're definitely I think the most passionate fan, at least, with the TikToks that you had been posting on Kayfabe and Chill, which were amazing by the way, in case you guys don't know, they were wrestler comparisons to Stranger Things characters. And for the most part, if you look at the comments, like it seems like you nailed it. So with that being said, what are your thoughts? If you could give me, oh, so Matt, I didn't get your rating out of 10, so I'll circle back to you. But Mr. CC, what are you giving
Six,
it out of 10
seven.
and why? Ha! Fuck yeah, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I mean,
that's great. Oh, I just
I
came
mean
right there. Good
Hey,
Matt,
stuff.
yo.
Matt and Ray have great points, and I agree with both of them that it was harder to defeat Billy than Vecna. Where's the demi-dogs, there's the demo bats, we get it that it's in Dimension X or what you want to call it, but like, Vecna should have a connection link, which is like the whole thing that's been built up in that entire season was, Will and Vecna having that connection link to the Upside Down, and Vecna's very close with the Upside Down, and, not having any demo bats, anything like that of, the whole group having individual moments like what's a good movie example like Avengers Infinity War
Mhm.
where they had that whole alien fight with Thor coming to save the Wakandans and
Mm.
Rocket having something like that can give like a cool like, individual moment with Joyce and Steve, Jonathan, Nancy. It builds more foundation for the entire crew, the entire gang that's fighting in the Dimension X or whatever you want to call it. I feel like everything was rushed, and especially if you watch the documentary, you can tell since it was rushed a little bit because they didn't know the ending until they wrote it. So the episode came out,
You had
and
like what, almost 4 years to do that shit?
yeah, you have the last season came out in 2022, and you had a long time to write this and plan this. You should have an ending. What I've learned from a lot of people that used to write scripts and write books and stuff like that. In order for you to start a story, you have to have an ending. You need to know
Right.
what your end goal is. And I think you don't have that. People tend to forget the plot of the show. They forget the small details, the small incidents, and like the small little callbacks. And I think the Duffers, I felt like they felt like it was time to go. 10 years, it's a long time. I've been watching since 2016.
Mm.
So when the show first came out, and I remember the whole like hysteria of like Stranger Things. People were talking how great it was, or how beautiful like the characters like arcs are in the show. Like they related to some characters, right? But for them to get this ending is kind of like why? Why did you rush it? Like you have such passionate fans. Like I went to the screening for the finale. Like people were dressed up as Joyce,
How was that?
Hopper. It was besides the people, besides
Was it
people
cringe?
trying to. Nah, it wasn't that bad. But the people like sitting there in my seat was my only issue with it because people didn't know how to sit, and that was my only issue. I had to like move out of my seat because some guy was like, "You're in my
So no
seat."
way. The pops problem of the fucking standing up and shit.
No, it was like, "Oh, this is my seat." I'm like, "No, it's not. This is my seat." I was like, "Okay, well, we need to scoot down. Everyone needs to scoot down the row." They're like, "No, this is my seat. I can't scoot down. I'm gonna leave my seat." To the point where I had to leave my seat, go to management, talk to management, be like, "Hey, man, either you get me a new screening, you get me a refund, or you move me." I go, "Those are your three options here, man. I'm not trying to make it harder for you. I just need to know what's going on." And then they moved me to a higher seat with better. They comped everything, the popcorn, the nachos, and all that. But like, they didn't know where they were sitting at, so it kind of fucked me over. I missed like 20 minutes of it at the beginning,
That's tough.
so I was kind of like, "Damn." But the
You
episode,
didn't have like your seat on the ticket?
yeah, I told the guy like, and the funny enough part is that the guy that got the seat, he was bitching at the end of the movie because I got a better seat than he did. I was like, "Brother, you made a big deal that I couldn't sit here and went to the restroom because I had to come. I had to use the restroom before the show started. You took my seat, moved my stuff to the floor. It's like, and on the podcast, I'm ready about to fight this fucking guy because I'm pissed off. But I was like, you know what, fuck this. I want to watch this. I need to go do it the right way. So it was a whole thing, and he was mad at the end of the show. Like, why didn't you like tell me that we could get a better seat? He was like, because you wanted this seat. I was like,
Play
again, it's not
stupid
my problem.
games, you win
Yeah.
stupid prizes.
And he was like, what's so dumb? I was like, it's not my problem. But I mean, you have these people dying to go see it in theaters, and I might be able to let that moment affect it. But overall, the episode was. I think more characters should have died in the finale. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the finale, go watch it. But Kali dies, 11 dies, and I think that's. And Ray, am I missing anybody? Man, am I missing anybody?
No, I think that's
Right,
it.
it was them two,
Yeah.
Ali
Yeah,
and
it was
11.
those two. Yeah.
And
You
I
see,
think
this is why Netflix is moving all movies to streaming, so you won't have that problem.
no, the same here.
Boo, boo, boo. Okay, Mr. Corporate Matt. Okay. And this just in, guys. The Warner Brothers new CEO is Matt. I I don't
What's
know.
your last
I
name?
don't know your last name. Yeah. Smart. Look at that. The classic CEO thoughts right there. But
That's funny how I always see you recommended on my Facebook, Francesco. Um,
Ooh.
Bull
He
Gubby is
dropping everything
crazy.
today. He
Just
Look,
dropping
look,
shooting. He's
everything.
just shooting.
he popped up on mine too, and I was like, yeah, that's a good looking guy right there.
All right, y'all just not gonna send their friend request? All
I don't
right.
know.
Oh,
If you still use it or not.
Wow, that's crazy. I
bro.
mean,
I guess I don't have that because bro, you're not recommended on mine.
No one
okay,
cares,
so
right?
it's
Go
just
ahead.
shit on Chesco Day. Okay, no, for sure. For sure. Mind you, I am the kayfabe and chill champion, by the
yeah,
way.
and not for long. Fucking Mr. Fighting Champion.
I mean, yeah,
No, no title defense. Is this your champion?
how else is there
Oh,
5.4K subscribers? I don't think it was because of something you
I'm taking
I
that
don't know,
shit.
did you
Come
put
Royal
out a video
Rumble.
that I wasn't aware of?
Come Royal Rumble.
Come
I'm taking
Tuesday.
that
Come
shit.
Tuesday. But with that being said, Mr. CC, I don't think we got your rating out of 10.
I mean, like I said, some characters should have died more. I feel like there's some more mistakes needed to be more added to the finale. I mean, over nostalgia factor, which is going to be a heavy, heavy part of this final episode. I
yep.
mean, I'm going to give it like maybe a good 7, maybe a low 6.9,
Okay. Yeah.
maybe a 6.7.
Very nice. Very whoa, whoa,
I
wait.
was
Oh
waiting
my
for him
God.
too. I was waiting for him.
Okay,
All three of us
that's
went.
dude, that's really
You know what I
fucking
think the
good.
problem was, Ephraim?
Robin?
I think the problem was, or the biggest problem with Stranger Things is them getting money. I feel like if it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like a big show as it was just had its small budget, it would have been like the whole thing of like, you saw those TikToks of like how like, oh, Stranger Things in like season 1, season 2 of like the like pictures wise, it's all creepy and shit. And then it just evolves. I think that was a big problem. And then also just like there's two other problems. The whole superhero kind of ending big battle type way
Yeah.
that they were doing, along with they're comparing it too much to D&D. I think that's what fucked them over, trying to make everything related and tie into D&D and then comparing stuff.
You know what bothered me about the ending the most part is that they introduced this whole scene of Henry in his mind, right? And Max goes into the whole like play part, which a lot of
Yeah,
Stranger
he
Things
looks
fans
stinky as fuck. No shower, nasty ass, raggedy hair.
Max go, that doesn't say to see. But that whole scene where she goes into it and she goes into the mind of Henry and she sees the 1950s and young Joyce, Steve's dad, and these characters. And they put that in the show, meaning that there's some importance to that part. That Henry Vecna one knows Joyce and Hopper. That's like the
Right.
main thing. And in the play, they talk about that too, where they all interact with each other. And that last scene where Joyce is, beheading, you call it Vecna, cutting his head off, looks at him. I thought something along the lines like Joyce or like please don't. But they never really explored that backlore. Then why introduce this play in the first place? You know what I mean? To set up another TV show? Like no one cares if you don't put it together. You don't tie it in the bow. You don't tie it all together. It doesn't make sense. So I think that's the biggest problems with the Duffers is that they didn't put anything in. They didn't fill all the plot holes. It just made less sense at the end. But like Matt said, they probably just want to connect it with D&D and make it seem like it's just one part of the campaign.
If you're gonna fucking connect him with the D&D, just go all out and get the fan service, revive Eddie Munson and make him whatever vampire lord.
Yeah, because I'm like that's something that like makes more of the fandom way happy just seeing Eddie back.
Yeah.
But I do want to give credit because that scene with Steve and Justin where they're fighting, and he's like, "I told Eddie not to be a hero. I told both of y'all." And what happened? Y'all didn't listen. He didn't save nobody, and that whole little scene was kind of like this saved the season from being like horrible because that scene made it 10 times better.
I thought the first two episodes were really great, and then it was the second set that dropped on I think Christmas Eve or Christmas, and then that's where I felt like that very stale part, and I was like, all right, and then the
Well,
finale, and then I was like, okay,
you reminded me, right? Yeah, I that's a big problem. I think that's also follows the Stranger Things. I feel like if it was all released in one, it wasn't separately, expectations wouldn't have been as high, and I don't think it would have been like as trouble of like, oh, we waited a month for this
I think
Yeah.
that's
for like
also
the second
true.
part.
Yeah, because then we would have been like, oh, okay, like at that moment we would have been like, okay, it flows, whatever. Because like you said, we start thinking, oh, what if so and so shows up, or what if so and so dies, and all that, and
And
then
and
And there's
I
too much breathing room to like
yeah.
theorize and shit and get expectations high.
So my question is if we're on this train of characters that should have, I'm not saying anything, y'all agree with me on this, but if characters would have died in that show, besides Eleven and Kali, once again, spoilers alert, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. But who would y'all want to die in that
Nancy and
finale?
Jonathan.
who?
Who?
Nancy and Jonathan.
Oh, Nancy Jonathan.
They should have
Mm.
died in that room. They should have fucking broken up, love each other in that final moment, and then as like the thing like syncs up
Blows up.
off
Yeah.
screen, we're left to believe that they died, but we don't know yet until we get Steve and Dustin coming in. Steve is the first one to go down, and he sees both of them embracing with their wedding ring right next to them. And then Dustin comes in, like calling for Steve, like, "Where are you, dude?" And then he sees it, and he's like, "Oh!" And he sees Steve grieving and looking at Nancy and Jonathan and believing that they got married and loved each other in the final moment.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I would
Oh
like that a
no,
lot.
that okay would have cooked.
Because what he just said, I thought that was gonna happen.
That's what I thought too.
Ray.
I don't
And
know.
I also have a follow up question before we, end this discussion. I don't know if Jessica wants to chime in, but
I mean, I don't know if I would. I mean, Steve was the main answer, but at the like watching it, I don't think it would have made sense for Steve to die.
remember, I don't want to go off like just think about the ending, but like who did you think was going to die in the beginning of the season was the best way to put it.
All right, then for sure it probably would have been Steve. I for sure thought it was
Okay.
gonna be Steve.
Yeah, I thought it would be Steve or Dustin as well because they were building up like heat between them. Not okay. Hold on. They're building up like tension between them that like oh like they hate each other. Like, they just keep butting heads. That whenever
Yeah.
one of them dies, they're gonna hold each other in their arms and be like, "I'm sorry." That's what I thought exactly was gonna happen.
Yeah. I assumed Steve or Jonathan as well. I was hoping not Steve, but you call it. I think another character I thought was going to go was probably going to be Hopper at some point. I
For
think that
sure.
part. I
Yeah.
think that part where he was in like, I'm gonna, tell Eleven he's I'm gonna blow myself up and take everything out with me. I was like, oh, this dude's gonna go. I was like, this is the first time I'm gonna follow the characters.
Oh, one thing I kept telling people, I was like, "Oh hell no! Stand on this shit. Stand on that shit that you hated eight and that you wanted her to die because you hated her so much, not because Hopper gives some speech all of a sudden like, oh maybe there's hope for me too to be happy. Nah, bro, you were hating on her ass and saying, oh I want her to die.
Yeah,
Don't switch up.
I think too. Call
The
it.
sunglasses are getting the better of me. I gotta take them off.
It's his Venom symbiote.
I just think with Stranger Things, it's very much like what Matt was saying. It got overpopular way too fast. When the show used to be about a small town that had small things happen to it, like creatures, demigorgons, and not this giant overarching villain that's going to destroy the world and merge Hawkins or whatever and someone Avenger level threat villain, which is kind of like we didn't need all that, but it's cool to have it. But the the overpopularity of the show kind of ruined it for some of the fans. But I think the follow up question was, I kind of forgot it. I think we kind of just talked about it too. I think
I got a question for you guys. As someone who, again, I've seen the show and really thoroughly enjoyed what I saw, but I would love to get your guys' thoughts on like I would love for you guys to react to the reactions of the series finale because obviously when you get to something as big as this and as anticipated as this, as we know as wrestling fans, it's very easy to look at what we get and then just to be like, Oh,
That's
fuck
it.
that shit. They should have done this. They should
Yeah.
have done that. Oh, they didn't fulfill my every single one of my wishes to this. I'm
Conformity
a
gate.
Star Wars guy. Wait, what was that?
Conformity gate.
Oh,
Hmm. Hmm.
That's what happened with that. That's what we got stuck into with these fans saying like conformity gate is happening, and it's pretty much saying like the fans weren't happy with the finale that we got, so they built their own little idea basis that Mike Wheeler was trapped in Vecna's curse, and they pretty much created a whole ninth episode out of nothing, which was never coming at all in the first place.
if they did
Yeah.
it from, would you have just been like,
I would have been like cinema because that would have made so much sense from the
that would have
start.
been like the greatest twist turn around, be like, all right, damn, Stranger Things
Like
might be top 10.
like you made a bunch of fans go into the theater and think this is the ending, right? Then you drop a secret episode that you filmed that you let no one know about, and you dropped it, and it's everything that fans wanted, even with people dying. And you're like, what the fuck? This is the greatest shit the Death have ever done. I don't think it's ever been done in cinema, in film. I've never heard of it. I could be wrong, and if the people in the comments want to check me on that, fact check me. But I've never heard of a secret episode.
If you wanted to do like a fucking, oh, here's your interpretation of the episode, that could have been it of like episode 8, episode 9, which one you want to believe.
Ooh.
Yeah,
But,
and that
but
would have been such a good way for Dungeons and Dragons to come back into it. No, like I said, the kids can come back and do movies, and maybe that's something they can put a secret plot in, but it just wouldn't hit the same because we're all 10 years older.
My thing is, what I think they're gonna do, if everyone sticks to the NDAs and doesn't say anything bad about the series, then that's when they can choose like, oh, we'll revive the series for a movie, come back, the reveal of Eleven's alive, which is they're gonna do. But if like somebody dies or something happens to the actors or like they end up just having beef, they can always probably end up doing this. They'll do a movie and they'll like what's it called? Luke Skywalker 11 on her little island or wherever she is with her three
ooh.
Oh,
waterfalls
see, I was, oh, I was,
of her training the kids that were in the Upside Down that were pregnant. Not the kids that were
Yeah.
pregnant, but like the kids.
So wait, that's another plot point. Sorry, Chesco. I hate to keep cutting you off because I know you want to get to your point.
no, no,
What
no.
does that?
I was just going to just say something about Star Wars and how much fans want to make me blow my brains out. But no, no, that's pretty much it. Go ahead.
That's another
Makes me
plot
want to
point.
do brain.
That's another plot point that I had with the show. Is like, what happens to all those pregnant women?
They
Like,
died.
they all died. Like, they all blew up. Like,
Yeah. They were all in the upside down. They didn't take them out. They were all in the upside down.
I don't know. That just feels off to me. It doesn't feel like the Stranger Things cast. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it just would have been extra plot or extra time on the episodes. But I mean, episodes are getting cut either way by Netflix, which is kind of like the show that took Netflix to the
Yeah,
next
the
level.
original run times are
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I was like, you're cutting the times for them. Like that's plot heavy. The show is plot heavy. But Chesko, did you find that secret episode for any of them or no?
So there's a couple shows here that have had actual secret episodes come out. One being Black Mirror. They released a banger episode called White Christmas.
Hmm.
That it was just completely out of the blue as a surprise Christmas special. So not necessarily like, tied to a season, but they're just like, oh, here you go, Christmas special. An episode of Misfits, which did webisodes that continued character stories after the main show. That were like unofficial wrap-ups for each character arc. King of the Hill had several unaired episodes that I think were just like leftover, scrap bits. And then surprisingly enough, the biggest example of a secret episode. It was a surprise extra long episode that was a sort of epilogue for its finale. Delighted many fans around the world. Was for Bluey.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
Fuck yeah!
who would have thought? So shout out
I
to
love
Bluey
Bluey.
fans. It sounds like they're the ones who won when it comes to the secret episodes. But
They
yeah,
got their conformity gate.
they got their conformity gate, Blue Gate. So yeah, so there are examples of it, and honestly, it's not the first time I've heard of like theories of like a secret episode. Like I
Imagine there's a secret
fucking
episode of Walter White. He just like wakes up and it's stuck in the middle.
There
Oh,
Because
was,
that's
there
the whole
was,
whole
yeah,
season of Dexter. All the
Yeah.
season of Dexter. That's what that is.
yeah.
there
Is the
because I,
revival of Dexter bad?
Yeah, it's pretty much what it is. He pretends to die and then comes back to life.
Oh, so basically what they did with Prison Break.
Yeah, he
that's
is
crazy.
technically dead, but he's not.
Yeah. Ray, were you gonna bring up El Camino
Yeah. Oh well, no, for what
for
Matt was
Breaking
saying.
Bad?
Yeah, because I think there was something that they did pitch that as the finale that it was gonna interloop with that, and I was
The
like,
Malcolm
what?
in the Middle.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a deleted scene. I mean, it's like a little like thing on like the extras of Breaking Bad. Then you get the box set.
I was like, bro, what the heck?
Ugh. I haven't watched
Yeah,
Breaking Bad in forever. I need to rewatch it.
banger
Yeah.
show.
You gotta rewatch them soon before they get taken off of Netflix because the AMC is gonna be getting their own streaming stuff. I think
Oh
that's
God.
20, I think it's till 2027 is where Netflix has the rights to all the AMC shows.
I got about a couple months. Got a couple months.
Yeah.
I'm rewatching
Anyways,
Teen Wolf right now, so.
hey.
Yo, I just realized the memes are gonna go crazy when it's like year 2026 into the year 27.
I need a fucking soda. I'll be right back.
Even in the face of the apocalypse, shit's hilarious, man. Um, anyways, is there anything else regarding Stranger Things that you guys wanted to discuss? Where is there
Um,
any
Just watch the pretty much it episodes of them recapping them and
hell
doing
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would like to ask what's everyone's favorite season from the show.
I'd have to say the OG. I gotta say season one. I think season one was my favorite. Feel like I got way too big, you know? I just like it close and intimate and with the
Okay, wait.
characters.
I have a better one. Favorite season and favorite song. There you go from the show.
Oh,
And
um, for me, I think it might be season three.
okay.
For the song, I love the soundtrack, but I think the way they use Heroes from David Bowie, that like bro, that hit me and I was like, bro, because I know a lot of people know it from, regular show. I knew it from Perks. So when hearing that song at the end,
Wait. Season three had heroes in there. Did I
oh,
miss that?
no, are you talking about like
Oh,
song from
okay.
that season or
No.
in
Yeah, I
general?
get you now. I totally forgot. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I was
That's how
like,
you phrased
whoa.
it.
There's a secret episode in season three
I was like,
that
wait a minute. What did I
actually
miss?
explains
No, no.
everything.
And I think it's in season one of Stranger Things where it's like
It's
it's
a
very in the early.
cover.
I think it's one or two. Yeah, they did a cover and then like they
Yeah.
referenced
Okay. I
it.
was like, okay, so that's what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the finale.
The finale
Finale.
version. Okay.
David Bowie Heroes. That activated like everything, and then that song is just it's a great song, man.
Oh,
You
yeah.
You know
feel
what's
so much
crazy?
from it.
Before I saw the finale, when I was like coming out of work, I was leaving like my workstation saying goodbye and like going out of Walmart, they Heroes was playing and I was like, huh. I told my coworker, I was like, every time I hear this song play in Walmart, um, I just think about regular show. And so I
Mm-hmm.
go home and watch the finale. I'm like, oh, shit.
You're like, oh, there it is.
I popped. I was like, "That's from Perks," and then like everybody was like, "It's actually from regular show," and I was like, "Oh shoot, my bad."
Well, actually,
My favorite season, I say two. I would say three, but it's like I don't like the whole Russian things. Like they could have gone more into it. Like they're entertaining characters, but favorite song, I'm gonna say it's the original song of When It's Cold.
Ooh,
That's a good one. Yeah.
oof.
yeah, I'll
I
say
can't stand.
before Mr. CC
Should I go or should I
goes.
go? Mm-mm.
Before Mr. CC goes, I think mine season one, and I fucked with the scene with Gangster's Paradise. I think that's my favorite scene so far. How about you, Mr. CC? What's
The
your what
Sonic
favorite?
trailer.
I forgot that
Yeah,
scene happened.
yeah. It was kind of grotesque, but I get it. Gangster's Paradise. But yeah, Mr. CC, how about you?
So I'm a sucker for season four. I like season four. It's one of my favorites. It brings back the gruesomeness and the
Are you a sucker
just
for season four because it was that good of a season, or the aura of it, of like everything going
the
outside of it, like
the
looking
aura.
back to the nostalgia?
Yeah. Like the aura of it just made me feel different. And it was such a great like if I it's hard to pick my favorite because I like all five seasons. Like there's parts of it that I like. Each character grows, each of them. But like I'm going this off of aura, and I'm thinking season four has always been it, but it's also brought that scariness back into the show, which
I
you
mean,
have the grotesqueness of like the Vecna doing this whole thing and the guys just clicking their body, breaking bones and shit. I was like, God damn.
Bad shit.
I mean, I would say it's iconic. It has the iconic moments that you think of when you say like Stranger Things. I mean, like whenever you think of Stranger Things, you see like little like I guess like I don't know how to describe it, but like oh the Eggo waffles. You have the D and
Running up the
D.
hill.
Yeah, you have like little moments and like little like references in all the seasons. But season four, you get the famous scene, iconic moment of the running up the hill scene of
Mm.
Max going up along with Eddie playing his guitar,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean,
and then
and
Surfer Boy Pizza.
yeah, Argyle. I mean, Argyle should have, something should have mentioned about Argyle going back to California. But hey, plot point missed right there too. But
There's nothing. I mean, they didn't even mention Dustin's girlfriend, so
exactly nothing. So I'm like, that's the plot points. But I'm gonna go with song back to the original, which is by the Clash. Should I stay or should I go? I think
Mm.
that's a perfect way to put it. But I did like running up that hill. That's another good one too. So that scene alone of Max running from Vecna was great.
Another thing that came out this past week is to many people the death of wrestling, but to many others is just content, just shooting the shit, watching some stuff, and I'm talking about WWE Unreal. Um,
makes
real
me
quick,
angry, Chesco. Makes my
who?
ass itch.
Let me scratch that for you.
It makes my
Um,
ass itch.
Hey yo, hey yo.
the the
Makes me angry
way.
that we're not in that writing room instead of those old ass men. Who the fuck, Bruce
Oh,
Pritchard? You gonna make McAfee win over Gunther, and to be like, oh yeah, let's have this guy retire Cena. As a matter of fact, let's also make Jey Uso fucking tap this guy out.
and look, I was talking to Ray right before we started recording here. Is look, shout out to Road Dogg. Congrats to you for making it through a chapter of addiction. I know that can claim many lives, and people, you know, where they lose a lot of loved ones because of addiction problems. With that said, though, you need to be fired
What the fuck were
immediately.
you drinking? Is the best way to put it.
Someone's got to put the Road Dogg in the backyard and not let him book any more shows. Not
John
not well,
Hill.
not let him book any more shows because my God, he is just the most like inept person. He's like, oh, what do you mean? He doesn't even know that what people are on the SmackDown roster, what women wrestlers are on the SmackDown roster. I'm like, all right, man, this is amazing. But you know what? Let me tell you guys. Can I tell you guys what really grinded my gears? And it's not going to be the thing that I think we're all going to chat about in a bit, not regarding a certain Los Angeles night, but I want to tell you guys what really pissed me off was the Chelsea Green segment
Oh
Mm.
yeah.
and the fact that these people, these older white men, these crackers are all going up on
Yeah,
camera
we
in
said it.
4K.
We said it.
We said it. It's
Crackers.
2026, you know? If you don't like that, you can get out of my country. Um,
Yeah,
Hispanic, Hispanic, Filipino.
Chesco has a
Hispanic.
white friend. He can say it.
has what?
I said Chesco has a white friend. He can say it.
Yeah. I got the white friend pass. I have the white friend pass. Um, these older white men who are so out of touch, who couldn't tell you a single movie that's in theaters today or a single TV show that's airing on television outside of wrestling. You have me believe that they have the right to tell Chelsea Green, oh, she's gonna be nothing other than just, someone who just gives to others and, allows the actual superstar, the Tiffany's, the Charlottes to
That's
to
episode
to
two.
thrive and be their best self. And I'm like, oh, so you just have a closed minded. You have a closed mind, and you don't really believe in some of your talent in other than what you currently see them as. And sure, of course, that's where you bring other perspectives in. But I think that's the point I'm trying to make is that I look at this writer's room. I don't see much diversity in perspective. I don't see people that are not even just with regarding race. I don't see diversity regarding like, oh, let's talk about let's try to reference this movie here. This honestly, the best contributor to diversity in thought is Paul Heyman because he is able to cook up these amazing stories. Apparently, he's a big mastermind by the bloodline, and really.
Stephanie McMahon needs
minute.
to get in that other room. They need like a woman or something in there, for especially for like the women's segments. The main
Yeah,
It's
ones.
yeah.
a fucking sausage fest in that writer's room.
It is.
Yeah. So it's bad, man. And to be honest, that's what I took away was like they really have no
Old,
perspective on anything other
saggy,
than just
wrinkly.
It's the glasses, bro. He gunning for everybody today.
I know, man. I know, just
Well,
shooting
well,
shots.
well. What Matt was saying earlier too is that we should be in that writers' room. Like my friend sent me a link to apply for WWE, and they have like 4 or 5 spots for writing people on that thing. Exactly. Yeah, I should have sent you the link. I totally forgot about it. But there's also like head of like a production and shit like that. It could all be just fucking false. But shit, I looked into it and it's WWE careers, like straight up. And I was like, holy shit. Like I was thinking like the storylines the four of us could put together, like Chesco was saying, they don't see Chelsea Green as a top talent. But like y'all never saw McFoley as a top talent. But he's still one of the most popular guys, and you can even give Chelsea a Mick Foley type. And this is not a knock on Chelsea because I know she can carry that women division at any moment, anytime. But you can do it while Chelsea accidentally wins it, and that's a great thing. Accidentally wins it the title, but helped by we call it Bianca, or accidentally getting hit with another wrestler. There's many different ways to book Chelsea, and there's different ways if you just think outside the box.
God forbid. Imagine being creative. I could
And
never.
creative.
I could
I feel
never.
bad for Chelsea too during that thing. She was like, "Bro, we in Tampa tonight. I'm literally down the road. I'm just gonna go home, lay in bed." Nah, gets her fucking nose busted in.
Yeah. Oh man.
We'll
So
segue into the whole Money in the Bank thing that you were there, Chesko, for the LA Knight thing.
Yes. Let me tell you, man, I can tell you from being in the arena, the crowd wanted LA Knight. Obviously, the Los Angeles thing helps, but also just pure like babyface energy of like LA Knight. He's been going for however long he has, and he hasn't really won too much. Like he's got a US title run. Sure, that's great. Hasn't had too many great feuds. But there's something there, there's something there. The creative hasn't even really allowed him to be a character. He's just kind of like they're kind of just like putting him in that box of like the walking, talking attitude era greatest hits. But with all that being said, we fucking love him. And
The
so when LA Knight gets taken out, stomped out the arena. When I tell you everyone in the room was just deflated, and not like a heel, like, oh man, the heel won, like a real like, fuck man,
John
Seth
Cena type
won,
situation.
So yeah, it was ridiculous. So seeing the behind the scenes of it was funny because
No,
knowing that Seth Rollins, because I remember in a podcast, I forget which one, but Seth Rollins mentioned like he was pissed coming out of I think
Oh
it was
yeah.
Bert Kreischer. He was pissed coming out of Money in the Bank, and to see like why and how, and also the things that were said by Triple H to LA Knight where it was hilarious to me. It was so bad. So yeah,
but
that's
he's
what I
to me,
definitely right.
Seth's a prick. That's all I'm gonna say. Seth's a fucking prick. I don't like Seth Rollins talking about anything besides nothing. I don't like that guy talking about anything. I honestly have a loathe for Seth Rollins when he talks anything like what he thinks his opinions on wrestling is. I think he's one of the most, guys that shouldn't be talking about jack shit. Because he obviously thinks like Triple H. He's ultimate cocksucker, in my opinion.
Dang, bro.
Like,
This can
It's
anytime
his
I
golden
watch
boy,
him on
isn't it?
anything, huh, Levin?
It's his golden boy. I mean, look
Yeah,
how he treated
exactly.
him whenever he turned. There's always a plan B.
Exactly. Anytime Seth is such like I hate saying it because I like Seth as a wrestler. I was a big fan of him during the Authority. When he first returned, the Shield, of course, big Seth Rollins fan. But he's been such a sensitive little bitch about everything. And I could be the only one about it. That's fine. That's cool. And not because I'm a CM Punk fan. Like that's not the reason why. I just think he's so sensitive about every little subject. If he doesn't have it his way, something doesn't go right his way, he throws a fit. You know what I mean? And it's just something that I've been watching on his little interviews that he's been doing promoting Unreal. Becky, to me, I see why Becky's a bigger star than Seth Rollins is, in my opinion. And after like watching a couple of things of Unreal, Becky has I don't know. I can't be just talking on my ass right now, but
No, I'm with you. I think what you see with Becky is like a purity about her of like it's not just about me, like they talk about the bid with Bailey in WrestleMania 41, how the story goes that Bailey gets written out of her Mania match and Becky replaces her, and Becky's over here like politicking to try to get it onto someone else, like to make it so that way a heel takes out Bailey or something like that. I don't know. They don't really show what she was pitching, but she was trying to pitch it so that way, look, I don't want to
Like it
overshadow
was
Bailey.
justified.
Yeah, yeah, I want to give it a good reason. And then Triple H is just like, we'll think about it. I'm like, go
It makes
fuck
me
yourself,
sad.
dog.
She's
And
28 and she's in the last contract.
what was that?
yeah,
Yeah, she's
she's gonna last
28
fire.
and she's in the last contract.
But yeah, I mean, with Seth, I don't know. He grinds. He fucking pisses me off. That's the best way to put it. There's something about Seth Rollins that doesn't feel real to him. Like he's like he plays the character of being a slime sleazeball in real life. You know what I mean? He talks, he runs his mouth, and he's da 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 da. My opinion's right. Like, dude, no, it's not. Not everything you say. Like, he's a know-it-all is the best way to put it.
Mm.
Like, sit down, shut the fuck up. You wrestle for a company that, if you go anywhere else, yeah, you probably from 5, 10 bangers, but once something doesn't go your way, you're like CM Punk. You'll probably leave the same way as he did.
Yeah, yeah, it's sorry, Ray, did you have something to say?
No, I was just like, yeah, yeah.
I like Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I
Hey,
actually really mess
him.
with him.
Hey, I wouldn't mind talking football with him, bro. I wouldn't mind. That's all I say. I wouldn't mind
Yeah,
talking football with him.
just go retire and just go talk about football. Even though you're a fucking Bears fan, which it's kind of fucking annoying. I think that's what he pisses me off. He's a Bears fan, and I think I hate hearing him talk. And he's just always I don't know, fuck that guy. But I literally can't I can't stand him in interviews. Like I'm trying to watch as much wrestling content like I've been trying to get back into it. But Seth pops up and dude, I don't want to listen to him talk at all. Becky, I want to hear her talk for hours because Becky just seems so
Sweet.
genuine, like sweet.
Yeah.
Like she understands like it's not just me in it. But Seth, I feel like it's just him.
Yeah, Ephraim, I know you haven't necessarily watched Unreal, maybe just seen clips, right? I would recommend checking out the last episode, SummerSlam, where you see her work through that, a couple botches with Lyra Valkyria. That episode in particular with Lyra, really love that. And you know what? Actually, I did want to just bring up very quickly. Speaking of Chelsea Green, and something she said about Unreal was, I would like to see more people who aren't necessarily big stars on Unreal.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think they tried to make Unreal this particular season, Unreal feel more like a work. They tried to sprinkle in more sort of
They're
story
giving us
bits.
they're
Yeah.
giving us less. Like what was the first season about mostly? If I
Leading
remember
up to
correctly.
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, leading up to WrestleMania. Whereas this one, they're kind of giving us more like I could see the LA Knight bit being a bit of a work in terms of like the way that Triple H was going at him and all that stuff because it's so unreasonable. But anyways, that to say, I would like to see more people who are struggling to get on TV get on, so that way you can kind of work in a storyline that's like, look, I'm trying to get on TV. Like I would love to have seen like Mello be on Unreal,
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he'll be in this next one.
Yeah,
I would love
yeah.
to see a Dragunov too returning. Like
Oh,
a
Yeah.
story behind Dragunov and what it took
yeah.
for his process. But I watched a TikTok too not long ago, and which kind of a little got me upset because I really don't like watching a lot of that. Oh, actually, no, that's wrong. I like watching documentaries. I like the insights and behind the scenes stuff of how things are, produced, so we can learn it at some point in our lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're not so fresh to the idea.
There we go. How's this? I'm using this other thing as a fucking
Oh yeah, you
my
sound
other
better.
account from Mike. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Sounds
sound
good.
better.
Yeah.
But
Sorry, Ethan, go ahead.
I watched this TikTok and I forget his name, and I want to give him a shout out to because if he watches this, whatever. But he was talking about how Unreal is kind of making us hate Triple H more and the writing team because we realize that just like our government, just like politics enough, there's too many white men in the house that shouldn't be making these decisions. And honestly, that's pretty much how it feels. Like we're seeing how an idiotic Road Dogg is and Triple H is, and everybody in that room. There's no common sense. no one's gonna be like, I don't know, that wouldn't make sense because everyone's there to. What does CM Punk say? A bunch of yes men.
Mm.
And I think that's something that someone needs to tell him no. Like that doesn't make sense. That's stupid. And I could be wrong, but like, come on. Michael Hayes is so out of it, like we said earlier. So many fucking white man in power,
Can
and they don't know
Eva,
how to do it.
can I tack on something? Piggy, jolly hopping off of your point. Can I tell you guys the fucking stupidest thing that happened this past year in wrestling is, you know, God bless him, he nailed it. He delivered it perfectly to where we're like, fuck it, sure, whatever. But John Cena just turning face out of nowhere was hilarious to me to this day. Ephraim, again, I know you haven't watched it, but I don't know if you know. The
They talk about that.
reason, the reason that John Cena just turned face the day before SummerSlam is because the WWE just forgot that Cody Rhodes would be leaving for 6 weeks leading up to SummerSlam in order to shoot Street Fighter. They just forgot. They just
Were they
didn't
gonna keep him
know.
heel?
They were going to turn him face before there is going to be more of a slow build to the face turn, but we didn't get the slow build to the face turn. Apparently, it was going to be a situation where Cody he's getting fucked up by a faction, and then all of a sudden Cena comes out and he's like, "Hey man, look, I fucked up before. I didn't mean to turn heel on you. I hope that me helping you now will be an apology for that." And then it leads to their match against each other. Um,
So, so let me get this straight real quick, and I'm sorry to keep
Ow.
cutting you off. So, I want to get this off my chest. So you're telling me that we have a bunch of people in writing rooms that don't care the product they put out anymore. And let's go. This dives into Stranger Things as well with the Duffer Brothers, not knowing the story until day of shooting the finale, and Triple H and his head writing crew, which is WWE, they're supposed to have these stories in place to tell a right story because once again, you're story driven, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
allegedly, they
Right?
so they
Allegedly.
say.
But you forget that you need to turn John Cena face because your main guy that should be winning the title of SummerSlam is leaving for 6 weeks to go to go film a movie. Like, I don't. So I'm gonna say this real quick. Russo brothers, please give us something worth watching in December for Doomsday because the shitty times we've had are the shitty amount of people that's writing for us now and giving fans what we. I don't know how to say it.
Falling
Just give us
short.
something good. Falling short to what we desire because we're fans, dedicated fans. We're being fans, not critics. Right,
Mm.
Triple H?
That's what Invincible
Mm.
for.
Right? Right? And Duffer Brothers, that's for you too. Um, we want something good. So please do that. James Gunn, thank you. James Gunn, thank you.
I got the
Now
gun all up in my mouth.
Peacemaker was a little dicey, but it was way
Oh, I
better than
will.
the. But
I
I mean, I liked it. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. It made sense to me. I get it. But I just don't understand these writers and like they just lost their passion, man. They lost their passion.
and you know what? Some of them I'll give them a little bit of a break. Sometimes it's a matter of sometimes these things get release dates before because this thing is a product. Unfortunately, look, as much as we like to say certain things are art or comic book movies are art or wrestling is art, when it comes to these big privately owned corporations, or sorry, publicly traded corporations, it's a product. It's all about how we can make the stockholders happy. And unfortunately, that goes for WWE. The products just got to keep running and we just got to keep selling toys. With them Marvel Cinematic Universe, sometimes we got to make this 2027 date, bro. And unfortunately, this draft sucks. So we just have to film with it, whatever.
I mean,
So yeah,
one
it's
thing that
it's a
pissed me,
product.
the final thing about this, the thing that pissed me off the most was a Triple H head. It's like it's great whenever the crowd wants to see more of this person, like wants some more. Like I like that. Um, we going across LA Night chance? Nah, bruh. And that entire scene where Triple H is just fucking going into LA Night, that entire scene just felt like whenever you're like in trouble with something with one of your parents or your sibling, and then they're just pulling the whole because I said so or like because I'm mom or dad thing, and you're just there like your points like better and you can't get through them so because you're just their son, their daughter, so you're just like, uh-huh, yeah. Like there's no changing like their perspective. You just gotta
Okay.
accept the shit now. You're just like, yeah,
So what
yeah.
I saw from that
Yeah.
clip was like LA Knight just like, you're my boss, sure, okay. Like that's what you
Basically.
tell me. I'm gonna have to do it. So I'm just taking his ass chilling right now.
I think that's what happening with Roman when you were mentioning that. I wanted to roll into this the whole how you're saying how Seth Rollins is. I think that's how Roman Reigns is being right now. I don't know if you heard the rumors on that.
Where it's kind of like jockeying for authority with Triple H of like the change of Cody and Roman.
Yeah, how the reason why Drew has the title is so when
I guess we'll never know.
Matt, I think you're
I'll be
muted,
back.
brother.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
So
Just
so
midpoint. What
so
was it? What was it?
so what Matt was saying was that there's like kind of like a power struggle between Roman and Triple H, and what he means by that is that like he's saying that he put the title on Drew, so we don't get Roman versus Cody Part 3 at Mania because it's not gonna mean much,
Hmm.
and no one's gonna want to see it. And Roman Reigns is not liking that reason because he's like, I should be facing Cody because I'm the top guy. I need to beat you in the end. I'm the top guy, not Cody. And Triple H doesn't like that.
It's
Hence why
interesting.
he put the
Wow.
title on Drew.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's why we haven't seen Roman Reigns recently.
Yeah,
Or
because
like no book with him.
he was supposed to return. I think at what was it? On the Stranger Things premiere on Netflix, or the Stranger Things and Monday Night Raw crossover, the 2 year anniversary year, whatever. He was supposed to return to that, and he didn't.
wow. I could see that as well. I'm guessing towards the CM Punk Braun Breaker match. I'm sure he was gonna shenanigans were afoot that match.
So I mean, preferably, I would want something different from 39, 40, and 41 of Cody being champion. I would love to see Cody going there again and kind of earning his stripes. Or shit, give him a whole separate feud. Have Drew face Roman, like Mo Matt was saying. Like have him run it back from Clash. Like I like Drew versus Roman going against each other. This time have Drew win. It'll be something redeeming for Drew.
If Roman Reigns is getting a good deal on good terms with Triple H and shit, what do y'all see winning the Rumble? Because I think we all have been in agreement that it's going to be Reigns
I
or
mean,
someone big because it's Saudi.
I think it might be. I hope it's Braun Breaker. I want some fresh blood winning that Rumble.
Breaker would be
Like,
nice. Or
like
Ilya.
I I don't see Ilya yet because I still think Punk is gonna go in there facing Braun, and
Hmm.
Braun is gonna either win the title and then Seth returns a couple months later and have them feud, and
Hmm.
then go on and so forth. Like, I mean, that's pretty much the direction for Raw and what they're doing. SmackDown's a little more up in the air because Drew won it, and you know it's unpredictable like we wanted, which is great for TV. Like to be fair, I wanted Finn to be Punk. Like I wanted that.
Hmm.
Like I didn't want Punk versus Cody for the title. I want Punk versus Cody, no title on the line. You know what I mean? Just them going hand to hand. Captain
Yeah.
America versus Iron Man.
Right. Or I've seen people call him the Punisher. So yeah, like similar like chaos versus corporate,
Yeah.
and that whole deal. Yeah, I think to me, I think
Which one's corporate? They both seem pretty corporate to me.
this man is just do not put the sunglasses on this man ever again. He unfortunately I'm gonna not unfortunately that I'm gonna agree with Matt, but unfortunately for the reasons that Matt mentioned is, you know, Saudi pleasing the crowd and is just the most marketable option. I think Roman is going to win the Royal Rumble. To me, Braun is like I can see him, he strikes me as more like a elimination chamber guy, at least right now. I think that's how he's gonna get to Punk. Which is gonna be a cool moment as well. But yeah, no, to be honest, I'm saying all this as if I'm gonna watch the product. I think that's a cool place to sort of dip off on this conversation of Unreal is what are your guys' relationship to WWE at this moment? Because I think we all had mentioned over the course of the year is like really all they have me for is the Cena run. I'm curious how that's gonna go. And we have made it past the Cena run. It has been as controversial as we expected it to
Saw this
be.
coming a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I would love to just kind of
What
roundtable discussion.
what did Matt say in the group chat? And I was like, man, I'm just burned out. And Matt's like, I saw it coming. And he posted Iron Man.
or
Yeah.
from Endgame because
Yeah,
I
Oh.
am a visionary.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
Uh,
let's go around the table. Ray, real quick, how do you feel about WWE? What's your relationship? What's like your where you at? Checking in about your status.
Los Pumas.
shut
Uh,
up. I
God, I love
mean,
that guy, man.
I
It's
mean,
Ricochet.
I've like I'll watch the Raw and SmackDown. I wouldn't
Mm.
say like I'm like, oh my gosh. Like before, yeah, I used to be like, oh, this time. But now, like if I miss a fight or if I miss something, I'm just like, okay, I could just see it on Twitter or X or
mhm.
whatever. Like it's getting to that point where I'm like, if I miss it, I miss it. Like I
I
was
watch it through
trying to,
Santi. That's it.
yeah. I know too recently they started doing Raw recaps on Netflix. So maybe just watch those because a good half of the time it's just repetitive stuff that we've seen in previous weeks. And it's like, all right. And Dom is doing his thing in AAA, but he's out. There's like a lot of
Your
stars
girl
out.
out.
Yeah, La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Like, there's a lot of stuff where I'm just like,
Mm,
it's what it was before this past year. So I'm just like, I'm keeping up with it, but I'm like at the same point, I'm like, if I miss it, I miss it. I want to see the Rumble, and I'm hoping it at least lives up to at least being the Rumble where it's good. But I don't know if you guys saw, supposedly that they haven't even built the stadium. It was supposed to be a new stadium for this WWE event, and they haven't finished it yet.
Oh no, it's pretty much it's getting there. It's good. I saw it.
Yeah, okay. And then there you go. But other than that, just keeping up, nothing too crazy.
I think Mr. Beast is gonna be a surprise entrant.
Oh, setting up the main event for 42, Mr. Beast versus Logan Paul.
and special guest referee KSI.
I
Yeah, man.
hope Bad Bunny gets in because since Backlash is in Puerto Rico, I'm like, please, I need Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Mito.
Shout out to Kenny Omega, man. He predicted it all. Man, I would love, I'm very curious to hear where your head's at because you're a Cena guy through and through, but also
I'll be
you're a
back.
Drew guy.
And he got his little spark back too.
You got his joy, you know? So I'm curious where your head's at currently.
Right when I thought I was out, they pulled me right back
You
in, and
pull
they're
me
like,
right
"Oh,
back in.
here's Drew McIntyre with the fucking title."
Matt said, fuck.
Yeah, so where are you at? Are you on the ship?
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I was on my way out, and I was like, "Well, Drew has the title," and I think one of their biggest failures, the reason why WWE did the way it was last year, was because they said, "Fuck everything else. We're all our focus is landing the Cena plane."
Didn't even fucking land
There
that
was
right.
there was there was a few dents and shit on the way of the on that landing, but we got there. I mean, we're still
Happy landings.
for how it ended. We're still seeing how it's going because even with the whole Gunther thing, I'm like, did they fuck up and give Gunther there? He has his moments and here. He needs to just
Well,
stop being a troll and just be like, oh, I'm just scary.
he's being
Like I'm
Gunther.
smarter than you. Like like I'll give him like I hated it at first when I first saw it, the whole fake tap, but I was like, this is kind of smart because he's the ring general, so he knows how the entire ring works. So he can like make this work in his favor. But in reality, it's not because of that. They just wanted to get rid of the "you tapped out" chance to Jey Uso, so they'd be like, "Oh, you tapped to AJ Styles and not Jey." It was just so he could play more into the chance of "you tapped out."
He's getting heat. God, that meme of Triple H being like, "Oh man, that Adolf Hitler, he could really get heat, you know? He could really generate heat." It's so real. Like I feel like there's something so masochistic about the way Triple H books his stuff is he's like, "Oh, they're gonna hate this, but not in the way like it's I don't know. I'm kind of over it. I think before Mr. CC goes, who I do want to get your thoughts. We did have a great discussion actually on this, but I'll go real quick is I'm all elite, baby. I'm all elite. I'm so on all elite. Like for all the propaganda that WWE will give you about how they're the storytelling company and how they're the ones that are the apex. That's a word that or a phrase they use, like we are the apex of the wrestling industry. I would say that not AEW right now is on such a roll. They won like every single Wrestler of the Year award from ESPN, and it's not just AEW saying it, it's ESPN saying it. And so, it's and also on top of that, on top of all this, just like the wrestling pace, right? Oh, very quick story is me and my friend, he just came back from Spain. Shout out to DJ. He had no idea what the Cena results were and was very excited to watch it with me. And so we're watching it here on my good old beanbag couch, just talking shit, having a blast. I'm like, I can't believe you haven't seen the results. You are gonna have a lot of fun with this, I hope. And so he gets to the part where, with the smile, the tap out, and he's like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Like he just like enunciated every single word, and I explained to him like, "Oh, he's a big Star Wars fan. Oh, it's like an Obi-Wan Kenobi thing," and he's like. Okay, like sure, I can get with that. We're watching the
Okay.
cer yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, all right, whatever. And then we get to the ceremony. He's like, are they really not gonna give him a mic? Like, he's just gonna sit there? Why does he look so unhappy? Why does he look like he just looked like he got his dog just died and it's his, they're giving him his flowers and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? For someone who is the greatest on mic talent, you don't let him say like a couple words. We had to go to the podcast of with Cody Rhodes in order to get sort of the epilogue to all this stuff and finally get it's I don't know, it's never a great thing when you have to explain right away what your intentions were with something. And
I
so
mean, two things of that was that one, Cena was in Hollywood for way too long with that ending, as we saw on that podcast. And then the second one, we like to blame Triple H and blame the whole writers' room, but Cena just had as much play into ruining his retirement run. All he had to do was open his mouth in some points and not just be like, "I'm gonna do what you feed me."
yeah, he's too much of a good soldier. Contrarian to Killer Cross. What Killer Cross was saying about that is Cena, yeah. So, anyways, we get through that, and then he's kind of bummed out. Like I can tell, I can see it in his energy. He's kind of like, okay, like he doesn't watch too much wrestling nowadays. He used to watch it as a kid, and I'm like, all right, I want to like sort of get him into it. I want to give him a little bite of the bug. So I put on Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page at Full Gear, Texas Death Match. And when I tell you this man had a blast, I explained to him a little bit of Hangman story, a little bit of Swerve, what their
You show him
dynamic
burning down the
is.
house.
I showed him burning down the house. I showed well, I showed the whole bit. I showed Swerve telling him that he's fat. Telling Hangman that, hey man, you've been packing on a few pounds, and we see it, and that being the whole inception of this thing. And of course, the death match is amazing, and he's up, he's out, we're popping, we're going crazy, and I'm like, okay, this is what I feel like wrestling should be, is like that fun atmosphere, and all this stuff. Not to say that you can't have bad endings or sad endings or all this stuff, but that thrill. Ooh, I and all that to say, I feel like AEW, they're doing it right. If you want to fall in love with wrestling, I feel like AEW, man, memorable
They
characters,
fucked up.
great
They fucked
stories.
up. Our Attitude Era, there just is the fucking 39 and 40. We're just gonna not stop talking about like, man, you weren't there during that build.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna be those old heads.
I have one opinion on it, and I think this is a main opinion of what we've been seeing what Triple H doing. He's been doing his little side quests, and you've seen him trying to run for mayor or whatever he needs to do to be in the White House to suck up to Donald J. Trump's, small ass penis.
What is he
But
now? He's like the coordinator for like children's health and shit.
Yeah, like
yeah,
the board of fitness or yeah.
so I think he's distracted with all that. So I think his mind is not even on wrestling anymore, and I think he likes to make people believe that he is, but he's not. I think his mind is so set on doing something else, or he's eventually going to pass it on to Sean or to Road Dogg or to someone else, or
You don't think
Punk,
maybe
he's
to
gonna
the
go to Seth
Saudis.
or Punk?
Seth,
No, if it
yeah.
goes to Saudis, I'm done.
Yeah, because I feel like he's building up something where he's getting away from this company. So to me, that attitude's making me kind of fall out of love with wrestling. WWE wise, and I'm not liking any storyline that's been going on. I think I was telling Jessica, like I'm having trouble just writing script ideas because I'm so out of tune of everything. I don't want to watch any product.
Yeah.
Like the only thing I really wanted to watch was Punk versus Finn. That was it. And because I was like, man, Finn versus Punk, I'm not going to see that for a while. And Punk's probably going to retire in a year or two. So I'm probably never going to see this match anywhere else. So I'm going to watch it. And I got so excited for it. And those two guys put on a classic. But, Finn should have won. But what do you call it? I haven't been into when I put it on for work. And a good example of how well I'm burnt out of the storylines and how repetitive, like Ray was saying and Matt and Chesko have been saying, how repetitive it's been. I was literally telling these guys that came to check in at my job, like because they were watching it while they're getting checked in from another clerk, about the whole Maxine Natalia thing. Yes, we knew Natalia was going to turn heel, but I ran down. He's like, "What's going to happen? What's going to happen?" And I was like, "Well, what's going to happen is that Maxine is going to lose." And he's like, "Well, why?" Because they're like, "Oh, I like Maxine. She's pretty." And I was like, "Yeah, Maxine's going to lose." And they're like, "Why?" I was like, "Because Natalia's going to screw her over." And then they set up AJ versus Becky for Mania. And then they set Natalia versus Maxine is creating a storyline for that. And
Which where the fuck has she been?
Exactly. That's a whole nother
I mean,
subject.
she's getting in ring ready possibly because she was out, and plus the loss of Larry. Never mind, yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably why. But they were like, "Oh my God, you called her down the middle." I go, any four of us could call it, like in my head. But I was just like, it's very callable now. Like, and I was like, damn, I really did just lose it. Like once you learn, and this is what's so bad about Unreal, is that once you learn their product and how they talk, you learn it quick. There's
Not
nothing
just
new.
that, it seems like they're only booking for the Unreal show to
Yeah,
get those moments.
and that's the hard part. That's a really good point because that's the hard part too. Where is the AEW surprises? Where are we call it like the death match? Like we didn't expect that. We didn't see Hangman getting staple Gunter's ear to his tongue. You know what I mean? Or vice versa to Swerve. Like we don't see that. So with wrestling, it's losing. WWE's losing its aura.
What are they gonna do even with Maxine and Natalia anyway? They're gonna feud for a while, do like best 2 out of 3, and then what's next for Maxine? And then Natalia just gonna be left in the back burner.
Exactly, and they have a lot of wrestlers that just sit in the back. Like they try to do their best.
Like where's Sheamus been?
Yeah, Sheamus is not there.
Well, he's been dealing with an injury. He got surgery.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He dropped out of the John Cena shit.
Yeah.
But one thing I get mad too that I realized that I was watching on Raw was that they just grouped Penta and Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio against the Vision. What's next?
It's the return. LW. Oh.
Exactly. And I'm like, so you just put and then they call it the Lucha World Order, or because what was it, Latino World Order?
Shit. Next thing you know, Las Pumas is gonna be showing up.
I know Las
Pumas.
Like
the fourth man. It was a fourth man.
It's gonna be that versus Grande Americano, Rio. Wait, Rio and Rio? Not Rio.
Not Rio.
I forgot their names.
Kalisto's gonna be joining there and coming back. Kalisto. Then you have Ray Phoenix joining.
Yeah.
You know what they could have done with the whole Finn Balor shit against Seth Rollins against Punk? They should have followed the John Cena formula of having him lose in a pro Finn Balor country, have Finn Balor win it, and then there's no problem with Punk winning it back in Chamber in Chicago.
That's exactly my point. That was something I was thinking in the back of my head. And I was just like, why can't you just do that? You did it with Drew, and Drew's probably going to hold it for a long while, but you could do it with Balor. Have Balor win, have Punk win it back into Chamber, have Punk feud with Braun because Braun just won the Rumble, and Braun can easily say, or Roman, whoever wins it, I don't know. But my pick is Braun. So in my head, Braun's saying, like, whoever I face is still going to get this ass whooping at Mania. Like, it's not that hard. People are like, oh, that's predictable. No, it's not, because even the writers in WWE can't figure that out. Like, give Finn the moment he deserves. Because 2 years, he's not going to be there. He's like 47, right? I don't know how old Finn is. But he's old.
I don't think Drew's gonna hold it to Mania, which is sadly because he's not on the poster. The main event's gonna be the people that are on that poster.
Meanwhile,
the people at the table.
I'm just thinking of you guys were talking about Finn. I'm like, I'm looking at what they're currently doing with the Hops with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe held the title for a good 2 months there, and it's for this exact same reason that you were saying is like, who knows if he's going to be here in 2 years? And also, he's still got that aura. He's still got the crowd. He's still over with the crowd, even though, and still getting the heel reactions. And they
But
give him
he,
the title run, and then it transitions perfectly into the rest of their storyline with MJF coming in, Hangman and Swerve. So I'm saying, what we're saying is like
there needs to be
there's
more.
more to this. There's more to this wrestling thing than just long title reign and then boring, blow off match and then, a man in a black hoodie.
Wait a
Hold
minute.
on, wait a minute.
Oh man. A man in a black hoodie comes out and ruins the match and then oh surprise surprise it's part of a big faction. Like it's all the same shit,
But
you
I
know?
think, but I think they're like what the best thing about Drew's title reign is that it was unpredictable. Like Drew has been screwed so many times in his story, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he's lost so many title matches. And the best part is that like, oh, Drew's gonna lose, and then for your main quarterback, Cody Rhodes, to be like, okay, give it to Drew, give it to Drew,
Give me
like,
Ilya versus Drew, please. I'm foaming
like,
at the mouth.
like, you have Drew win this title unexpectedly. None of us thought it was gonna happen. We all thought Drew was gonna lose, but when he won it, it felt so great because it was fresh, and we were like, cool. It's like when you go to fucking Whataburger instead of
Looks
In-N-Out
great on
Burger.
him.
Like you feel the freshness in the ingredients. And we're talking about San Antonio In-N-Out Burger, not California, because I know y'all do
Okay.
things differently.
Yeah. Yeah, we get our burgers fresh from the sea in and out.
That's the feeling that it's like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
And also
Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either, but I will say the fact that you've turned your guy, your alleged QB1, the man who is leading this era, into such a controversial figure. Like he's supposed to be this baby face, but we're getting to the point now where we're rooting for Drew McIntyre to beat him,
Would
the
you get
heel in
mad
the
if he wins the
story.
Rumble
Cody? I would think it was a
for
little.
a third time?
I would think it'd be a little stale. Yeah, like I was watching him cut his promo. I just follow the WWE now through like YouTube clips, and I was watching that promo. He kind of like, I'm gonna win the Royal Rumble for the third time. As he was saying that, I was just like, I'm tired,
But
boss. I'm tired, man.
but
It's how
my
do you
one
make it feel about Sami Zayn in the same old fucking promos?
the I do want to think of one thing though. Is this how people felt when Stone Cold Austin won like 3 times in that span of that era? Like, is this how the fans felt with Stone Cold, or was it a different, era, different time? Did people feel differently than they did with Cody?
I mean, it's a much better thing looking back on than living in the present. Because I'm pretty sure whenever the Bulls went 3 for 3, people are like when pulled 2 3-peats, they're like, oh, it's another fucking Bulls game. I mean, it's how we feel like against the Chiefs. Like, oh, it's another Chiefs Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like when the Warriors had KD and they kept going to beat
Well,
Cleveland.
that's the thing is, you look at the NBA now and it's a different team every year and ratings have gone down. So dynasties do bring ratings, but fan interest or sorry, interest from people that are, hardcore into the game, but not necessarily fans of the team that's winning. That's where it gets dicey. But the casuals, like, Cena was all his title runs. They were some of the best business being done. He was carrying the pretty much the industry throughout that time. And what do we say is like that was a very boring time in WWE history.
Super
But
Cena every day.
Super Cena. And so
Bologna
yeah, like
fudge,
the
cheese, and
Lakers
mustard.
and Lakers and Celtics, like they were meeting every single year and it was bringing ratings. So I like yeah, like and all that to say, the reason why I bring that all that up and to bring it home a little bit is uh I don't feel like there is a way to make a long title run entertaining and they can't I don't trust WWE to do that really anymore, you know.
So my main question to y'all is now I'm thinking about it. Would y'all rather have another long Cody reign, or another long Roman reign? Because it goes back to the whole politic thing of like if they're gonna do
Ugh.
Cody versus Roman at Mania. Do
Would I
we do
prefer to
we
hang with Hitler or Stalin? Jesus fuck.
that's the best way to look at it. Or do we want to keep it fresh or Drew? And out of those 3 picks, I think everyone's gonna pick Drew because it's a new story. They want to see where it goes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm all, hey man, look, For as many
I'm
shots
in.
as Matt has fired at us, I'm on Team Drew, man. I'm all on the Drew train, dog.
So
I'm
I
in
have
for the wrestler, not the celebrity person that's also like in like the magazines and the movies and stuff. The person's gonna be there every week, and it's just focusing on wrestling to
because
put
we're
on
there.
banger match after banger. Because if you were to give Drew Ilya, then Carmelo, then fucking if Kevin Owens comes back, like just run through the roster, of just nothing but banger matches. No
Because
complaint.
mind you, we're a wrestling podcast, so our first thing is wrestling is what we fall in love with. But I do want a question for Matt. So Matt, who would you pick for your favorite wrestler?
Between
Like,
Joseph
I mean,
or
oh
Stalin,
no, no, not favorite
Stalin
wrestler.
or Hitler.
No, no, no. That's who would you pick for Drew's WrestleMania opponent? Like, if Drew kept that title and he keeps it all the way to Mania, who are you picking to go against Drew?
I would want to say Roman, but then like it's like, oh fuck, they were just giving Roman the belt again. Or then if you, I don't think Roman will allow him to Drew to go over.
So I was thinking Cody,
So
Roman,
what?
and Drew.
Cody, Roman, and Drew, huh?
But I know you don't like triple threats, but all three stories interconnect. You can kill two birds with one stone, putting Roman and Cody in the same match at Mania. Does Drew drop it? I don't think so because it's an unexpected winner, and people think Cody and Roman are gonna walk out. You
I
can have Drew walk out.
exactly with how the on who the hell Rhea, yeah, Rhea, Bianca Belair, and Io Sky, how that match went down. Just replicate that with Drew, Roman, and Cody.
Is Drew EO in this situation?
Yeah,
Even though the match is just not going to be as good. Those three wrestlers, Io,
yeah,
Rhea,
putting
and
them all.
Bianca,
If
just
you put if
bar
you
for
know how
bar
they wrestle,
better.
it's not gonna. Yeah, you're right.
It's just gonna be
Um,
it's gonna be slow paced, like
Roman's
sell,
not a
sell,
five-star match
sell.
guy. I don't. Roman to me,
So
He's a
only time
storyteller. He's a
the
storyteller. Yeah.
the only time I think Roman will have a 5-star match, and this is fantasy booking here, and I think Chesko knows where I'm going with this. Is Kenny Omega. I think
Yeah.
that's the only time Roman will put a 5-star classic because those two style of wrestling clashes very well.
with
Omega's
everyone like retiring, I really need John Moxley to go back to WWE before Roman and Seth hang it up.
Nah, brother. We're happy here in All Elite.
I mean we're getting
Death
Chris
Riders
Jericho
till I
at the
die.
Rumble.
No, we're not. He's going on tour literally in February with his band. I don't think he's gonna be returning to
Uh
Rumble.
yeah, it's a whole 100% joke. I thought he was
Oh,
gonna debut in TNA.
That would have been, what, I would have popped for that. I would have been like, you
the
know what? That's about right.
the final things I will say though, the Rumble's the greatest pay-per-view. I'll say that it's the best pay-per-view that WWE has. So like I think I'll probably like tune into it every year. I have a friend that only watches the Rumble every year, and then he kind of just like fades out, and maybe he'll watch Elimination Chamber, and he'll only watch like Rumble and Mania, and be like, oh okay, this is
Oh,
cool.
dude, I've been so in tune. I mean, out of tune with the Rumble this year because it's in Saudi. I literally don't want to watch it because it's in Saudi.
Also, the
I
ESPN Plus is a big no-no for
Yeah,
me.
that's
Yeah.
another reason too. I'm like, I'm not paying for that, and I'm not
That's
watching
why
that.
you sell the seven C's, brother. I have that link in the chat. That's literally pinned.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
Allegedly.
yeah, 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 yeah. Allegedly,
Uh,
we fully don't use it. So
no, no, no. We would never. We would never. However, and also this is the last thing I'll
fuck
say,
the
and
Fed.
then we can end. Fuck the
Bad call.
Fed. And also,
Bad
you
call.
know what? Congrats, you guys won. If you guys just want me to if you guys want to be a social media forward company, that is the only way I'm going to be following your stories and everything. It's just 3 minute long clips, YouTube. Like that's really all I feel like I need at this point. Like I don't need 4 hours of WWE programming in my life. I'll just, you know,
So when I talk about WWE, I mean the main roster, and NXT has been doing great wonders.
yes,
So
Yes.
yes.
please go watch NXT. Please go watch what they're putting down that product. JC Jane, Fatal Influence, great heels for that roster. You got a whole new group of people going in there. Ricky Saints,
Blake
Ethan
Monroe.
Page, Blake Monroe, Zaruka. Like, just go watch NXT
Yeah.
product. It's really good. Definitely check it out.
Yeah. Damn. Wow. I mean, so the question I had for Ray was like, is there anything you'd like to say to comfort any WWE fans to sort of balance out the anti-Fed energy? Is there anything you'd like to?
Um, I think Ephraim said it. NXT has been one of those where you see the clips, you're more invested in that rather than Cody Rhodes going to the Rumble again. You got a whole bunch of other fights that are happening again. In this case, NXT, it seems like each week they're taking bold risks. They're actually trying to be like AEW just in terms of they're being different than what the normal product for WWE is. So watch NXT. If not, cross over to
TNA.
TNA. I mean, we just saw Cora Jade and or sorry, what's her name?
Atlanta Black.
Alana Black and I forget the other one.
Daria.
Daria, there you go. They're back in WWE in terms of that. And if you don't know, it's Cora Jade and Deville. They're
Mm.
back in wrestling, but watch TNA if you don't like NXT, WWE. Watch AAA, also affiliated with WWE, and yeah.
Yo, Chesco. You give AJ Styles 2-year contract in AEW. What feuds and matches go?
Oh my goodness. I would love to see him with the Bucks. Him right whether well they're riding face right now, so just like how I wish I was. But they're going face, so I
Pause.
guess you'd have to see them do the maybe get running the trio belt with AJ Styles and wow and the Bucks. Okay, okay, and then you do the Will Ospreay thing because uh, uh, Styles Clash versus Styles Clash, that whole bit. Um, I gotta run back Samoa Joe again. The and have Christopher Daniels be like some sort of third man somehow, some way, just to call back to the TNA days. Or sorry, is it Ring of Honor? I think it's Ring of Honor. And then let's see what else. You get 2 years. You give him one last run, have him go against MJF, one last title run. And of course, there's just so much there. MJF,
The
he
phenomenal one versus the I'm better than you.
you know, and we know MJF is very familiar and knows how to work with former WWE talent. Like MJF is like the one guy who I feel like he has free reign to say whatever the fuck he wants about with this company, that company, about Tony Khan calling him a fucking mark. So, like that's gonna be fun. And then the final match, um, I mean, it's a dream match for a reason. And Kenny Omega has talked about how AJ Styles, a match with him early in his career was the reason that he didn't retire so early. He was just gonna, before he even made it to New Japan, he was gonna retire and just kind of fade off into the sunset. But because of an early match with AJ Styles, he was like, you know what? I'm keeping up with him. I think I'm okay. I think I'm good. I just need to find the right environment for me. I would love to see
No
maybe
Okada?
Okada for sure. No, I could see that, especially with the Don Callis family. I think, oh, yeah, well, there you go. That's the easy one since the Elite are currently feuding with Don Callis. I think you just have him run up against Takeshita, have him run up and just work up the line and eventually face Okada. Of course, that'd be sick. So yeah, I just feel like there's so many options there. So those are just a couple names that come to mind, but for sure you could put Osprey as well for in contention for that retirement match. So I mean, yeah, that's just what comes to mind for me. But yeah, yeah. Um, are we good to transition off here?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. Um, okay. So there you go. I think that's gonna do it. As you can see, we're all exhausted of WWE and just the bullshit. It's a toxic relationship. It's as bad as Steve Kerr and Jonathan Kuminga if you're plugged into the Warriors T. So yeah, that's gonna do it for us from myself, from Ray, from Matt. I don't know where y'all seen Ephraim anywhere.
Amigos.
Ah!
Wait, did
Dude, Los Pumas, I was just talking about you, dude.
See?
Te amo, Las Pumas.
No,
Ah,
I saw that.
see,
I saw that. I
see,
saw that
see,
name
see.
change.
yeah, I could have
God, we
sworn I saw
just we
that.
just don't want to bump and sell for each other, huh? We
Las
just don't want
Pumas,
to. We're
hombre.
just we're just going into business for ourselves, huh?
Wait, did you
No.
Did he kidnap Ephraim? Is that what just happened?
No, guys, he's wearing a different shirt, he's wearing a different mask.
But he just kidnapped
Ephraim,
Ephraim.
where did
Me,
you get kidnapping?
me
Las
Where's
took
Pumas would
long,
Ephraim?
never.
me took long shit. That's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, I get
Uh,
it. I get it,
Dang,
man.
you're up
What
there
what would
for
you
like
eat?
3 hours.
thought it was Espanol. What? That was English though.
Poquito.
Poquito inglés.
A little bit.
So Las Pumas, hey man, I just wanted to say 2026 to start off our first podcast of the year, having you on, a privilege. Can't wait to see you in the LWO. And
¿Dónde estás? People
uh
attack.
biblioteca. Sí, Los Jarritos. And
Ah,
with yes. Sí.
Chesito.
With that said, would you, Las Pumas? Obviously, you left for quite a bit there. I would love for you to get a platform and say whatever you'd like to say.
Sí.
See, and on that note, this has been Kayfabe and Chill. Keep
Amigos.
keep chugging on, keep trucking, just keep, yeah.